So today's the 29th of July, and I'm down here in a XtendFlex trial on the South Fork of Wolf River in Brown County. So this is Muscota Silt Loam. It's a deep bottomland farm. This trial was planted the first week of May, and so what I want to talk about today is the 3421 XtendFlex and the 3521s. They're both brand new and they're in all of our trials. I think we have about 130 of these trials across the United States, so we'll get some good data on these products compared to each other here when fall harvest comes around. Now, both of these beans, the 3421s and the 3521s, obviously a 3.4 maturity and a 3.5. They're both gray. They're both tall. If I back up here, you can see that they're already waist-high soybeans. So they're going to be tall beans, and I think we'll pressure test these products to see how the standability is when harvest rolls around. One thing I find interesting is you'll notice that the height behind me in this trial, these beans all look about the same. The 3421s in this particular trial, in this location anyway, seem to be a bit behind the actual 3521s. If we look at the 3521, you can see that we've got some pods starting to show up, done flowering here on the lower part of the plant. We've got some flowers still up here at the top. As you can see, it's a purple flowered plant. See if I can get that up there where you can see it. Right there, maybe. So we've got purple flowers. Some very small pods, really not to R3 yet. That's the 3421. The 3521 here on my right side, and you can see we've already got pods here. This is for sure R3. So I can find more plants over here that are R3 or R4 than I can in the 34s, which I find sort of interesting. We'll see how this turns out once they start to turn color. But it strikes me as the 35s are actually an earlier bean than the 3-4, at least they are in this location in this year. And again, this was planted the first week of May. I brought the data with me. If we look at 3421s, we see about a 1.5 to 2 bushel gain over our sets that we've compared it to. If we look at it with a scattergram and we look at the data relative to the products that were in the sets. Now, this was all research data last year, and a lot of these looks are somewhat limited. But a competitive product that does well relative to what we're selling at the present time. If we turn the page and look at the 3521s, we see a gain there also, but about a bushel. Statistically, a bushel won't matter much. And again, the number of looks that we have in this data for last year and the year before in PCM3 and 4 trials is pretty limited. But again, I think the data looks good. I think these will be competitive products. They're a tall bean. We'll, like I say, pressure test the standability of it when fall comes, and we'll also look at the maturities. Once they start to turn color, we can really tell the maturity differences in these products. But for now, I think the 3.5 looks like it's a bit earlier than the 3.4. So that's it for this morning. Again, like I say, it's the last day or so of July. It's a nice, cool morning with a bit of rain in the forecast. The ground is moist. We've got plenty of rain here, so we should see whatever these yield, the maximum yield so far anyway. I know August isn't here yet. August could turn off and be dry. There's some Japanese beetles in this field, and we haven't sprayed any soybeans yet here on the home farm with fungicide yet, but we probably will start to do that here in the next week or so.